where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment. And
cities with dyke mayors, they spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player, or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause I swear she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, Lo, bring in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Talking about every night, I wanted some boyfriend, so I'm moving out.
Because Daddy told you have a boyfriend in his house? So you're moving out?
Yes.
Welcome to the Dirty Folks Daycare. I am your tolerologist, Dirty Folks. I need to get tribal business out the way real quick before I get into tribal business. So, real quick, I want to thank a few people for the cash outs from yesterday when the show went off and earlier today, because I didn't do any shout outs today. But y'all don't never send me no fucking money. Y'all don't respect the daycare. But I want to give a shout out to Willie, to Will for the $5 cash out from yesterday for a powerful message.
Shout out to Vodka for the $5 cash out from yesterday for the daycare fees. Shout out to XL Pro for earlier today for the daycare fees. And shout out to Zone for the $2 cash up earlier today for the daycare fees. Also, I want to thank you guys for making me one of the highest engaged shows on YouTube. However, I ain't got 1,000 subs. Y'all responsible for me not having subs. I'm not even placating. I'm not bullshitting. I'm saying that subs come when people share content and other people like the content that they like. But y'all fucking with me heavy. I'm getting like 45% of people who come in, they liking and subbing as they see the videos, and that's a phenomenal number. And overall, based on my sub base, I'm getting around 25 to 30% on the video, on the likes. So the engagement is there. And I want to thank y'all for that. Even though y'all don't ever pay y'all daycare fees, y'all do be engaged with daycare information. So I appreciate y'all for that. Share my shit so I can get to 1,000. Then I don't give a fuck about daycare fees, because I be at 1,000, I can monetize bitches. Now, I should probably quit cursing so I stop getting shadow banned. Maybe that would help. But fuck life, right? Okay, so check this out, y'all. I'm about to get into some heavy shit, and I want to say something real quick. We're not at the I got a couple things I want to show you first about secretary pool stuff, about no-nos for the secretary pool. But before I get into those videos, I just want to say that while I was literally doing the thumbnail for this pod, like I had all my presets set up, I already knew what I wanted to discuss, but while I was doing my thumbnail, I ended up seeing a video on the World Class with OK. And as I'm listening to the video, I'm like, yo, that's what I was about to talk about. So I just want y'all to know that I ain't piggybacking off y'all content. This is the content I was already gonna do, and then y'all did it. And I'm gonna address that shit in a minute. Shut up, Totally. You'll never pay your daycare fees. You are a supporter, though. I fucks with you, Totally. You troll God, but you'll never pay your daycare fees. Anyway, so let's go into... I'm going to let this speak for itself, yo. I'm going to let it speak for itself. We're going to discuss it.
My boyfriend I was with for like 4 years.
Yeah.
I fucked his homie and got pregnant.
I never dropped the mic on this show ever. You know we gotta unpack that,
Okay, but
motherfucker.
look, so they was both my boyfriends.
Out of all the niggas in the world, though, like, it's a billion niggas out here.
At least I aborted it. I killed that shit. Like, at least I killed it.
Oh.
Or fucked them kids.
So check this out, guys. I'm going to play that back. But I want y'all to understand what y'all listen to. First of all, she is so not Secretary Pool material. But I want y'all to know that girls are always hypergamous in the circle that they're in. A project bitch will only fuck every project nigga, because they circle not that big. They're in a fishbowl. The more space you give a goofy bitch to do goofy bitch shit, the more likely she is to just do goofy bitch shit. But she'll always stay close to her roots. We've done videos before about girls who sleep with they boyfriend's best friend and start gang wars and shootouts and all type of shit, because they're professional fight promoters. And this is a professional fight promoter move. But we're gonna watch it one more time, because I need you guys to understand that not only did she fuck her boyfriend's friend, because that's what they do. They always fuck your brother, your cousin, your daddy, your best friend, because it's not enough for them to get some extra dick. They also have to destroy the fabric of your life, because these professional fight promoters are your generational curse. So the exact same men you're supposed to be building with, they'll fuck to destroy your bond. And then she's still gonna go fuck a third nigga. She's still not gonna stay. But she gotta make sure that you don't trust men. And she gotta make sure that you don't have any support group. Because that's what being a black woman is all about. Is fucking up everything and then blaming everybody after she fucks up everything. But let's watch this one more time. Only because it's funny. Because dude is shocked. When she was like, at least I killed it, he gave her a high five. But you saw him look at the camera like, yo, this bitch is ill. These are the motherfuckers. Y'all talk about the sons of single mother. These are the daughters of single mother. These are your mamas, honestly. You just the baby that made it. And the reason you ain't got no daddy, let me say this again. Because I had this discussion with one of the guys earlier today. He not on here. Nigga called me from New York. Hold on, let me say this real quick. I got my theme music. One of the guys called me from New York. But he fly all across the country handling this business. And every time he come to Chicago, he say we gonna hang out, but we don't ever hang out. And we never hang out because he used Facebook to fuck Chicago bitches. So when he get to Chicago, he'll call me like, yo, this shit is shiesty as fuck. Like, yo, dirty folks, how should I move? And I tell him how to move. And he's still alive. He's still alive. So it works out. But so he called me the day out the blue. And he was like, yo, we got a mutual Facebook friend. I told you about a couple of months ago when I was out there. And she finally gave me some pussy, and now this bitch lost her mind. I think this bitch a gold digger. And then she said goofy bitch shit. Now, here's the thing. I really don't want to talk about toddlers like that, because we had the show 2 days ago when we used Jay Breezy as an example, and y'all got the full understanding that you shouldn't listen to toddlers that's wearing clothes. So I'm kind of trying to put that behind me. But this is a Jay Breezy moment. So she has no kids. She's a juice and berry bitch. You know what I'm saying? Braids, fucking flower shirts, beads and shit. Probably use Joni Rocks in her pussy. And he said, yo, he said before he fucked the last month, he said he had a conversation with her and said, this is before he fucked. And she said she had a fiance, but she broke off the engagement. Pause. That's not the whole sentence, but let me pause. All these bitches, swear to God, they had 2 marriage proposals in their 20s that they declined because them niggas wasn't that nigga. And then they turned 40 and say, where all the good men at? Because these whores are horrible. They drop the bag every rip, nigga. The bag, the ball, whatever the fuck they could fumble, nigga. Drop the kid. They fumble everything. These bitches are butterfingers. They are horrible fucking human beings. Because girls are dumb. They don't even want to be horrible. They don't even know they horrible. Because girls are dumb. And then girls listen to other girls, and girls are dumb. So dumb girls are teaching dumb girls how to be even dumber. They just dumb. Because they need men leadership, and y'all want to give them love instead of leadership. Marry your secretary. So I regress. So she was like, yo, I had a fiance, but we broke it off because he wanted to have a baby. And I was like, yo, all you want me for is a baby? And he was like, yeah. So she said she broke off the marriage because she thought that he only wanted to breed with her. So my mans, who only talked to her on the phone, they live in a whole different state, this bitch in Chicago, this nigga from New York, he asked her, he said, well, shorty, what if we fucking you get pregnant? Would you keep the baby? And she said, yeah. So he called me, he said, yo, man, I think this bitch a gold digger. Because she wouldn't have a nigga baby who wanted to be with her, but she wanted to have my baby. I think my bread stacked up and she trying to be a gold digger. I said, no, sir. That's not how these fucking black toddlers think. You're not thinking dysfunctional enough, sir. You're just not thinking dysfunctional enough. Like, that's a rational man thought, but you're dealing with the black toddler. Totally different. I said, black women want to be single mothers. They crave being single mothers. I said, if this bitch got a job, and shorty did, and I'm going to tell you what her job was in a minute, which is bananas. I said, if shorty got a job and thinks she can take care of a baby on her own, she really only wants a sperm donor. That's all she wants. What y'all call it? Reproductive coercion? That's all she wants, a sperm donor. She don't want you involved at all. I said, nigga, you could pay her $26 a month in child support. She don't give a fuck. She don't want your money. She want the baby and make sure you can never see the baby. I said, the reason these bitches cry about, you know, celebrate stepdaddy season is because they don't want to be accountable to a man, and they don't want to have a child and to be forced to be accountable to a man. So they'll have a child on their own and find a stepdaddy and be like, that's my child. You can't say shit to my baby. Because these are horrible people and they cannot follow instructions. Not for the fucking life of them. They should really all be beaten in the streets, but y'all scared to beat bitches. Anyway. So, I told him a story. And this is where we're about to get to her profession. I told him a story. I said, man, I know a chick right now that got 2 master's degrees and going to school for a doctorate. She's a teacher. She runs the education department at a high school. She has 7 babies by 7 men, and 6 of those kids came from a one-night stand. The one that wasn't a one-night stand, she was only with that man for a year, but that's because she thought that her 5th, she got 7 kids. She thought her 5th kid could have been his, but it wasn't. She was fucking 2 niggas at once. And she was like, he liked him, so she ended up having another kid by him, which is 6 kids. So they think they got the same daddy, and dude fuck with them the same. But 6 kids by a one-night stand. 1 kid by a nigga she stayed with for 10 months. He was with her during the pregnancy of her 5th child, and she broke up with him before the pregnancy of her 6th child. So he was literally at the hospital for her 5th child for a baby that wasn't even his, and wasn't invited to the hospital for the 6th child that was his. I said, bro, all these bitches want to do is be single moms. They'll collect babies like Pokemons, as long as she could be a single mother. They get a, and I told her, I said, man, this bitch been pregnant 10 times though. I said she had 3 abortions by her 3 boyfriends, 7 kids by 6 one-night stands. And the 7th that she made a one-night stand because she dumped him before the baby even came. I said, this is what you dealing with, man. He said, yo, that's crazy because this bitch a teacher too. I said, there you go. Most educated. This is what they come with the most education. They're the most educated and they're educators, and this is the math they come up with. This is why bitches say they hate math. Anyway, so we're going to watch it again because I want y'all to appreciate how she's trying to fuck up every bond she can. The bond with her man's bond with his friend, and how she tried to remedy it by saying she killed it though.
I was with for like 4 years. Yeah. I fucked his homie and got pregnant.
I never dropped the mic on this show ever. You know we gotta unpack that
Okay, but look, so they was both my boyfriends.
Out of all the niggas in the world though, like it's a billion niggas out here.
At least I aborted it. I killed that shit. Like, at least I killed it.
Oh.
Or fucked them kids.
Goddamn baby birthday. Be sick.
We on some second shit. Y'all don't even see the first shit. But I'm gonna let this ride. I didn't even see this before. But this is black girl magic. Because all black girls know how to do is fight each other.
Yeah, don't judge me.
Come on, get out for
Y'all, come on.
Stop. Bitch,
Break it
stop.
up.
Bitch, stop.
No.
Let her go. No. Let her go. Stop. You can't do that. No. Stop. Stop.
She burning.
Wait a minute. Is that the teacher? Is that the teacher biting the student? The teacher don't look like she even got teeth though. Is that the teacher biting the student?
Mama, she had the pregnant. She had the pregnant. Come down. She had the pregnant. She had the baby. You come down.
She better get her ass off of me. Bitch, she better get her ass off of me. Grab me.
Wait, no, I think that's the grandma. This is a hospital. Wait, let's bring this one back, y'all. I didn't even see this one. This was I was replaying the last video and this just popped up. Hold on, let's see this professional fight promotion from the beginning, bro. Hold on.
Y'all don't judge me.
Come on, get out for
Y'all,
us.
come on.
Stop.
Break it
Stop.
up.
Pause. I want you to see this. That girl look about 15. I want y'all to see this, right? That's why I say free R. Kelly, nigga. Free fucking R. Kelly.
Stop.
Free R. Kelly. This ugly ass cretin right here look about 15 years old. This is grandma attacking. It's mama trying to get grandma off the granddaughter because grandma know that grandbaby on some bullshit. But mama the one trying to pull grandma off. Mama cool with it because all these bitches are toxic. Grandma was feminist #1. She just had no idea how dumb she was and how it would matriculate into some other shit. But all these whores are horrible. Any girl raised by a black woman is fucked up. And shit, 80% of the niggas raised by black women are fucked up. Unless they realize they mama is fucked up. Because all these bitches know is how to destroy everything. But yeah, that's grandma attacking granddaughter while mama trying to pull grandma off. Hold on, let's check this out.
Break it up.
Stop. Bitch, stop. Let her go. No. Let her go. Stop. You can't do that. No. Stop. Stop.
She burning.
Mama, she had the pregnant. She had the pregnant. Come down. She had the pregnant. She had the baby. You come down.
She better get her ass off of me. Bitch, she better get her ass off of me. Grab me. She better get off of me.
Bitch, y'all gonna grab me. Y'all gonna grab. I got her. Let her go. Let her go. Y'all gonna grab me. Y'all gonna grab that hoe.
Yeah, we got her.
Let her go.
We still got her.
She pregnant, lady.
Grandma still kicking.
She pregnant, bitch, lady. She's pregnant. Bitch, I kill you, hoe. No, bitch, I kill you, hoe. Bitch, I kill you. Bitch, I kill you. No, bitch, I kill you.
Talking about killing grandma.
Yes, ma'am. She finna go. She finna go. I don't play either. She finna go. She pregnant. I don't play either. She pregnant. I don't play. I don't play. No. I don't play. Let's call her out. Call 911 shit. Call shit. No shit.
She's not gonna leave. I don't know. I don't want to touch her, baby, because I don't play either. I don't want to touch her. Mel, can you get that food?
No, let me go.
Wait a motherfucking minute. These are the women who raised the last generation of kids by themselves. This bitch picked up a chair, nigga. She finna knock grandbaby out. Hold on, let's see it happen. Look at them poor little agents like, I should have worked at the nail shop. This some bullshit. Look at this shit.
You better go, hoe. Bitch, give me my hair. Get my shit. Get your stupid ass sister. And I hope the baby don't come out acting like her ass.
Acting like her ass. Acting like your ass.
Come on, y'all. Sit down.
Did y'all hear that? Talking about the shit if the baby don't come out acting like her ass. Pregnant like who? Acting like who?
Get your stupid ass sister. And I hope the baby don't come out acting like her ass. Bitch.
Come on, y'all. Sit down. Get your turn.
Yeah, that's my phone. Thank you. Y'all don't got no lock? You don't got no lock?
My phone, my earphone.
Right here. Is this yours?
Yes, baby.
Hey, bro, look. I ain't even mean to show that video. That's promise God. I ain't even see that shit. That just came next. Look, bro. These whores are horrible, man. And y'all listen to them with clothes on. These are the goofy bitches y'all had arguments with on Facebook and Twitter and shit. Like, oh, this is what. Quit talking to these clothed cretins, man. These bitches are not worthy of conversation. If y'all want to talk to somebody, inbox one of the guys on this timeline, bro, and make a friend, nigga. Do not talk to these. Nigga, I don't listen to my mama, nigga. That's my daddy, baby mama, nigga. It's his job to listen to her. I don't listen to her. Look. Oh, my God, nigga. This is so not what I'm talking about today, but this was, oh, my God. Bro, I hate these whores so much, bro. I swear to God, nigga. Whew. And then they blame their kids. Oh, I hope the baby don't come out acting like you. Acting like who? Bitch, you kicked it out. Look. These whores are horrible, man. Fucking horrible. I swear to God, nigga. Whew. Whew. If it where I was going with it though, I ain't even see that video, but what I'm what I'm trying to tell y'all is, quit trying to build with toddlers. Y'all actually try to build with these bitches, build families, build communities, rebuild communities, build understandings. Quit talking to these clothes bitches. But I'm gonna get y'all there. Because this really ain't about girls. This is about all guys. But I'm giving y'all examples of why you need to do better and train your toddler. There are no good toddlers, bro. There are absolutely zero good toddlers. There's only trained toddlers and untrained toddlers. Because they all act like toddlers. You just want a good toddler. You want a toddler to do their homework and clean their room. You got to train your toddler. Whew. That was hilarious. Grandma is black girl magic. Oh my God. Alright, so I want to show y'all one more video before we get to the main event. Of course, my process.
Like,
Alright, here we go. I have no words for this video. The video will speak for itself. But this is what I'm telling y'all about how y'all drop seeds in bitches thinking they cool bitches before you give them a baby. All these bitches want to do is steal your kid. Even grandma want to steal a kid because grandma want to be the stepmother so she can get money from the state to raise her grandbaby child. All these bitches try to get paid for being, because they're not child care providers. They don't raise kids. Maintain. They want to get paid for being child maintainers. All of them horrible. Only men love the kids. Women don't love the kids. If y'all think y'all had a good mother, that's just because she treated you kindly. She didn't treat you like a barbarian. But she only maintained you. She didn't really teach you shit that you needed to know. She just loved you. Which is awesome, by the way. But, yeah. Love is so overrated. Duty is better. I'm going to show y'all this. I'm going to show it one time, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to play it again. We're going to review it.
yeah, I called my baby dad the night before, and I was like, I heard you and Pookie them robbed the bank or whatever, and they got a warrant for you for like $20,000. I was like, so did you do it or whatever? And like when he confessed, and I was like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. So the next morning, I called the police and told them that my baby dad had confessed to robbing the bank or whatever. So they came and locked them up. And I mean, if you do the crime, you do the time. So I got $20,000. That's more than what he was giving. So I mean, that's his loss. My kids won't see their father no more. I mean, he wasn't doing much no way. So, you know, it is what it is. People gonna say I'm a rat, but they don't understand I'm a single parent, and he wasn't paying his child support no way. So, I mean, I had to do what I had to do.
Oh, thank you, hologram. Y'all just gonna let me talk and shit. Let me start over. I remember what I said. Anyway, I said this is a review on this one, but we still got to go back to the old one because the old one I wanted to give you the Jay Breezy spin on it. But on this particular video, I need you to understand what y'all just saw, man. I know y'all just saw it like I saw it, but check this out. So this is what she did. She watched television, saw her baby daddy, a motherfucker that was shaped like a baby daddy, on the news, called that man, said, yo, did you do it? He said, yeah, I did it. She was like, all right, good night, baby. Hung up, slept on it. Called the police the next morning and was like, yo, that's my baby daddy. Got 20 racks and then blamed her baby daddy for turning her baby daddy in. Let's watch it again, man. My bad, dog, for having it on mute, but I reached for something. I put it on mute so y'all wouldn't hit the mic, and I forgot to unmute it. I apologize. That's on me. But let's watch this again because Tyler's gonna title. Toddlers are gonna fucking toddle. Wherever toddlers are sold, nigga.
Yeah, I called my baby dad the night before, and I was like, I heard you and Pookie them robbed the bank or what.
He literally robbed a bank with a nigga named Pookie. But all right, let's continue.
And they got a warrant for you for like $20,000. I was like, so did you do it or whatever? And like when he confessed, and I was like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. So the next morning, I called the police, and
she slept on it. I told y'all she slept. This is a conscious decision. This was not a reaction. This was a conscious decision because their mind is always on destruction, always.
And told him that my baby dad had confessed to robbing the bank or whatever, and so they came and locked him up. And I mean, if you do the crime, you do the time. So
this bitch fucked with a Pookie and then said if you did the crime, you do the time. Hold on, let me tell you something. And I told you this shit before. The amount of girls who dumped me because they found out I didn't have a parole officer. That shit is real. I slide through like this. You know what I'm saying? Because you know I keep a hat that matches the outfit. I slide through like this. Pull up in a blue buggy or gray caddy or green caddy. Whatever the fuck I'm driving at the time. You know what I'm saying? Some hood slick shit. Holla at a bitch. I do legit business, bro. I work. I normally work commission, but I got a mouthpiece, so I sell mortgages. I sell fucking travel packages. Sell soap. We sold cars for a minute because my boy had a dealer's license, but he ain't got no mouthpiece, but he cold with the cars. So I was selling cars for him. That's what I do, bro. I work commission. I'm like, man, bread and meat. If I don't work, I don't eat. And girls will see the flash because I'm just, 90s nigga. But, and they'll be like, yo, he must sell drugs. You can't have nice stuff if you don't sell drugs. Fuck paying a note. They never even think about you can pay a car note. They're like, yo, he must sell drugs because he got nice shit. And the amount of black women who have dumped me when they found out that I wasn't a killer and didn't have a parole officer because they know they on bullshit and they need to be able to call somebody to get you up off their ass because they professional fight promoters. She knew she was fucking with a criminal. That's what made her pussy wet, that he was a criminal. Black women are not afraid of black women. Black women are not afraid of black men. Black women don't think that black men are abusive to them. There's no fear in her heart. When she reported a motherfucking bank robber, she ain't think about no retaliation, her kid, nothing. They are not afraid of you. They think they're better than you, but they need you. These whores are horrible. So she was very comfortable getting her baby daddy locked up forever because she felt like she wasn't getting enough money. Because that's what they are to you. When bitches tell you, that's why, nigga, I'm too tacoed out. Because y'all keep talking about high value men and dating and providing, and if you ain't got money, girls won't like you. And I'm like, no, sir. No, sir. You control sexual access. But I'll talk about that later. Bitches are just there, waiting for you to take the pussy. These hoes are horrible. If you ain't got no parole officer, y'all deserve better than this, bro. And I'm trying to get y'all there, and we're gonna talk about this in a minute. I just can't believe this fat face bitch, man. Sent our baby daddy to jail, bro.
So I got $20,000. That's more than what he was giving. So I mean, that's his loss. My kids won't see their father no more. I mean, he wasn't doing much no way. So, you know, it is what it is. People gonna say I'm a rat, but they don't understand I'm a single parent, and he wasn't paying his child support.
What the fuck is this single parent shit, bro? Do you see? Didn't I just tell y'all on the last clip that these bitches want to be single mothers? They need to be single mothers so they can yell at, I'm a single parent. So whatever the fuck they do, people are like, oh, she have to do what she have to do because she a single parent. No, these bitches are toxic. She a single parent because she toxic. Look, man, if y'all don't start killing these bitches like the fucking Taliban. Pause. I apologize. Don't demonetize me. I don't even get paid yet. I apologize. Don't look. Train your toddlers, man. We gonna get there in a minute though. But god damn, this whore is horrible. I'm gonna bring that back a little bit because this shit is just.
And he wasn't paying his child support no way. So I mean, I had to do what I had to do.
These whores are horrible. Fucking horrible. Horrible whores. That's what they are. Horrible whores. I'm gonna teach y'all how to train them though. I'm trying to get y'all there, man. But before you can train them, you have to see yourself as a boss, man. This is why the name of the course is Marry Your Secretary, not Marry Your Soul Tie. You gotta see yourself as a boss so you can be clinical in how you discipline. Because they need to be stopped. They need to fucking be stopped. I hate these whores. Anyway. I want to go back to the other video real quick. Because I had gotten off track and I apologize for that. But I want to explain to you guys that the shit that the first girl said about her getting an abortion is the exact same shit that we were talking about in the video that we had Breezy as the topic. And Breezy think we picking on her, but we weren't picking on her. Well, kind of a little bit, but you know.
Yeah. I fucked his homie and got pregnant.
But this is another Breezy. This is basically what they do, right? Breezy's thing was she lives with a guy. She's been with him for 4 years. She want to have a baby. It could be with him. It could not be with him. She might have his baby. Might not have his baby. Might have another nigga baby. Make this nigga pay for it. That was her idea. Like, yo, I have another nigga baby. Have him pay for it. Have his baby. Make him pay for it. Leave him. Fuck another nigga. Had two. Then the baby got two daddies. Like, girls don't think. But they always want to talk shit. They always try to bully a bully. It's crazy. Anyway, but this is the exact same thing that Breezy was talking about the other day.
Boyfriend I was with for like 4 years. Yeah. I fucked his homie and got pregnant.
I never dropped the mic on this show ever. You know we gotta unpack that.
Okay, but look, so they was both my boyfriends.
Out of all the niggas, no.
They were both her boyfriends. Now this bitch is a pimp. Okay, let's continue.
Well, though, like, there's a billion niggas out here.
At least I aborted it. I killed that shit. Like, at least I killed it.
Oh.
Or fuck them kids.
Hey, it's the for me though. It's the bass for me. Every time she says some goofy shit, it's the bass for me, man. Because them niggas know she ill. But they trying to get all the juicy content. Because I know there's niggas like, yo, this bitch is foul. Look, but girls don't see it like guys see it. There'll be 100 girls out here like, I understand, girl. You go, girl. And at least you killed the motherfuckers and shit. So it no harm, no foul. They didn't even know she was pregnant. These hoes are horrible, bro. All of them. All of them horrible. Y'all still looking. I told y'all earlier. Y'all looking for a needle in a haystack because y'all were taught by women. With clothes on. With fucking clothes on. Clothed women. Your grandma, your mama, your cousins, your aunties. Your clothed women tried to tell you about relationships. When the fuck does the hen teach the fox how to hunt hens? Y'all niggas is nuts. Y'all some matriarchal Tupac ass niggas. Name from a woman, got my game from... I got my daddy last name. I got my game from my brother. Nigga, I'm a man's man. Y'all gotta quit listening to these clothed bitches. They gonna fuck your life up, bro. That's why black men can't progress, because of black women. If without black women, y'all niggas, like most of the motherfucking black men, would be like 6-figure niggas at least. A few will be millionaires. Everybody be comfortable as shit. We done passed the black women, white women, gay men. We'll be battling with Jews for second best, nigga, to the Arabs. I mean, to the Asians for income. If you just cut black bitches out your life. Like, these whores are your generational curse. Okay. Anyway, my point is, y'all looking for a needle in a haystack. But as a man, the whole haystack is yours. What these boomer ass dudes ain't never tell you was how to bale hay. You're picking up the hay looking for a needle instead of just baling the hay. It's all your hay, my nigga. Bale the hay. Secretary pools, slaves, baby mom, whatever the fuck you want. Bale the hay. It's all your hay. When the fuck did the hay become more important than the horse? Y'all niggas is nuts. I'm gonna take a quick break. Then we're going to come right back and we're going to get to the main event. I just wanted to get y'all in the mood to understand. I don't want nobody in the comments like, not all women. All women. Nigga, I'm telling you all women. There's no disclaimer. There's no misnomer. All women. All women just different. Like, one goofy bitch, she do goofy bitch shit in one lane, like 7-inch eyelashes and purple hair. And then another goofy bitch, she'll do goofy bitch shit another way, like dreadlocks and yoni rocks and 14 kids by 17 niggas. They all goofy bitches though. They need you to lead them. They need you to lead them. Not love them. Lead them. Not even leave, L-E-A-V-E. Not even leave them. Lead, L-E-A-D. Be a motherfucking leader. And if you don't know how to lead, depend on the logo as a referral. Like the logo said. I'm gonna get y'all that though. After this quick intermission.
Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Know your soul. Know your soul.
Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Toddlerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story. I need to be like Good Bread, get my numbers up. Good Bread be doing good bread shit, and I respect that. High tide raise all ships. Might do a show with this nigga so I can steal some subs. This nigga be doing awesome numbers. Shout out to Good Bread. Anyway, I'm about to show a clip from a show with a clip. This clip come from a clip that I don't know where the fuck OK got it from, but OK got a clip that motherfucking World Class took, and World Class took the clip, and then I'm about to take it from World Class. You know why? Because fuck you colors. Now, but it's a great setup for what we're about to get into about tribal religion. And there's a guy on here. His name is IRTSTV. He is a colored. He is a. Let me set this up, because this is what annoyed me. And I know World Class wasn't annoyed, OK wasn't annoyed. I was annoyed as fuck, because I'm tribal and I hate cowards. I'm not even the hardest dude on my block. It's like, no, it's just that my whole block chose a tribe. They all Mickey Cobras or Gangster Disciples. They picked a tribe and they say, this is what we riding on. We got our own tribal crest, pledge, creed, special handshake, system of reprimand and system of promotion. We're a tribe. We're men, right? We have a hierarchy. We're men. We ain't no color. We ain't just cock our hat this way and it's this is what we are. Niggas had a system as men. And what I'm tired of hearing these fucking colors do is blame another person's system and not create their own system. And he called this shit the Salem 1000. It's a Newport Light, actually. I got it from my friend. I want to tequila. Anyway, so he's about to IRS TV. I think it's cowardly, but I think all liberal colors are cowards. Honestly, they all hide behind women, give all their power to women, then ask women how can they get the power back. They all fucking cowards. But that's because they support matriarchy. Any archy that you have, gentlemen, any archy, whether it's matriarchy, oligarchy, whatever the fuck archy it is, men have to fight to support it. So if you live in a matriarchy and you hate it, but you still saving these hoes and listening to hoes and defending hoes, you are the reason there's a matriarchy. Because if you just walked away and just like, shorty, deal with it on your own. I ain't gonna let you fight, promote, and sign me up for a bout that I didn't know I was fighting. These bitches wouldn't know what to do. Girls don't know shit. They just do shit. And they only do what men allow. The only reason these bitches feel so comfortable doing what they do is because men allow it. Do you know what slowed down the fucking domestic violence cases? When the police made a new policy that they gotta arrest both people. When girls could call the police and say you hit her while you was at work, and the police would come to your job to arrest you from work, and you'd be like, how the fuck did I hit her? I'm at work. Oh, she filed a report. When bitches had that type of omnipotent power, they were setting you up. As soon as the police was like, well, both of y'all got to go to jail, and then the judge will sort it out, these bitches slowed down. Bitches only do what niggas allow. They need somebody to enforce their shit for them to do that shit. Create a system that supports men. But I got you. I did that for you. Anyway, so I'm about to play this real quick because this is a great setup for what we're about to get into about tribal gods.
Then see a girl that you do like and open your mouth and watch what happens. You control access.
World class. I'm gonna hold you to something. I do this all the time in the fields, and I ask a major question: who controls access to sex and relationships? I need me and you on a one-on-one to break down who actually controls that access, because one of the main things I do is I do agree that women control access in this dating market that we have.
That's all I was saying.
Okay, so here's the thing. And I don't know if OK's still on here. I saw OK give a shout out earlier. Women do not control access in today's dating market. You give bitches too much credit. I tell y'all niggas all the time, girls don't know shit, they just do shit. Girls do not control access in this dating market. Number one, when is the last time a girl invited you out for a date, picked you up, paid for the meal? I'll wait. When is the last time a girl macked you down, set up a date, picked you up, took you out to eat or whatever the fuck y'all was gonna do, go to the movies, whatever, paid for it, dropped you off and was like, you need to put out? Girls don't control the dating market. Girls try to shame men into dating them. Men always control the dating market because a woman's pleasure is a man's work. A woman's entertainment is a man's labor and finance. Women don't control shit. Not a motherfucking thing. Not even their own motherfucking bodies. I'm gonna get y'all there though. I'm gonna make y'all men. Anyway, but let us continue.
I know.
So that being said, without me, hold on. Without me even breaking anything down, let me go to you now, our IRTS TV. Mm-hmm. Break down what you meant by when you were saying that women control access to the sex, because I agree with both of you guys. We are reciprocated, but at the same time, we need context. What did you mean, brother?
Perfect. So before we continue, hold on, go back on the screen. Before we continue, I need to ask y'all: are y'all living off the grid?
No.
Are you making rules to create a society of your own? Because these things are very important. Are you going to create a society of your own that you govern and you create laws for? I just want to ask that before we continue. Before I continue asking this question.
Over here, we already have on that. We had
I fucks with world class and heavy. You know I fucks with world class, but that's cat. I know a lot of Moorish Americans. I've never been to Moortown. Never been to Moorland. Never saw a Moor with a bitch that had to follow instructions that didn't fall to the default of the providence they were in. But I fucks with. Let's go. I'm gonna get y'all there.
Okay, so you have your society. Perfect.
I'm gonna say no, not me. But
so many men are living in the society that was already created for them, which I am right now, which is America. And I'm just trying to make sure that a lot of our black men can go back home tomorrow. And with that, the reason why I say that women control access to sex is because society right now has put them in that power. Man has put women in that power in this day and age of society that we call America. We gave them their rights. Men have the power. We gave them the rights, right? So they have to take the responsibility and the accountability for that power. We have the...
Okay, time out. He said men have the power. I need to explain what he said. I need to explain what he said because that almost sounded like it made sense if you don't know what the fuck that none of he said made sense. Men have the power. Then he said, but men gave women the rights, and now they're asking women to maintain that power. If men have the power, women can have the power, and women don't have the power. That's why they need to be empowered, because they have no power. But besides that, there are no rights. Zero. You have no rights, and at the same time, you have every right, because rights aren't determined by anything but laws. There are no rights. There's only laws. No one can give you a right. They can only pass a law. That's it. So there are laws which are control mechanisms of accountability that punish you if you break that rule. Laws are rules. If you break the rule, you're punished. If you take 3 steps without dribbling, it's a turnover. If you go out of bounds, it's a turnover. If you step over the free throw line doing your free throw, it's a turnover. There's rules. If you break the rules, the penalty in basketball is the other team gets the ball. But the penalty in life is either you get sanctioned, so you have to pay fines, or you get imprisoned, so you got to sit down for the amount of time that they think is worthy of the offense. But there's only laws. There are no rights. Liberals and colors need to quit thinking that shit. There are no fucking rights. Because whatever the fuck you had to get a law to promote, you were already doing. There were already men sucking dick before they had an LGBT law. There were already gay couples living together on each other's life insurance, getting signed into people's wills before they made a law for gay marriage. There is no rights, just natural law and man law. And you have to follow the laws of the land. But the land don't give you rights. The land just gives you penalties. That's why I can't stand these fucking liberals who always want the president. I need you to sign a new ticket, a new bill, a new law. No, less laws are the best laws. Because it gives you providence over your own land. What you're saying when you tell a motherfucker that you need more laws is that you can't train your toddler and you can't bond with your brethren. That's all you're saying, is that you have the inability to lead and the inability to follow. You're a fucking coward. And you need a better man to tell you what the fuck to do and tell somebody else what they can't do. That's all the fuck laws are. Quit being fucking cowards. And the problem I have with this whole diatribe that LGBT TV or whatever was saying is it sounded cowardly. Oh, I can't fuck a girl because girls control access to sex. No, they don't. Girls control access to penalty. That's it. They don't control access to sex. They control access to penalty based on her feelings. That's it. They can't stop you from fucking. They can't. They can call the police if they change their mind about fucking, like they did Kobe Bryant or Mike Tyson or Tupac, but they didn't stop the fucking. They didn't stop niggas from running trains on them. They didn't stop shit. They was willing participants. They just changed the parameters. They just changed the penalty. They don't control their body. The way they control their body is to stay in their ass still. And I'm not even talking about rapists. I'm not talking about the dudes that hit him over the head with a bottle and drag him in the alley and smash him behind the dumpster. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when she can stay home. If she come to my crib, she getting fucked. If I come to her crib, she getting fucked. If we at the club and she sneak behind that speaker with me, she getting fucked on the dance floor behind the speaker. Wherever the fuck I lead her and she follow, or she volunteer to come, she getting fucked. She don't control the access to sex. She controls the access to availability, as we all do, because none of us got to go nowhere. We ain't got to go nowhere. You want to go to the club? No. All right. We all control our movements, but once you get where you go, they don't control the access to sex. Y'all crazy as fuck. The only difference is that if you fuck a girl because you're a great man, because men are awesome, and she was like, I don't feel like fucking, you just honor it. Even if it's your wife and you been fucking her. If she say, I don't feel like fucking, you say, all right, because you awesome. But let you not feel like fucking. What's wrong with you, nigga? You must have got some pussy in the street. Is you gay? Like, they try to shame you into getting some dick when they in the mood and you not. And because you a punk, like, oh, I guess I want to prove I'm not gay and I ain't fucking in the streets, so I'll give her some dick. No, nigga. We all control our own bodies. Everybody has full autonomy. If I want my arms to move, ain't no girl got to call me like, oh, move your arms. No, nigga, I can make my own arms move. We all have full autonomy of our body. Bitches shame you into taking your body and try to shame you into if you take her body. But I guarantee you, she don't have control to the access of sex. She only has control to the access of where she goes. Y'all niggas is crazy, man. Y'all women should never raise boys. I swear to God. Anyway.
Power of relation that you govern and you create laws for. I just want to ask that before we continue. Before I continue asking this question.
Already over here, we already have on that. We had this
okay, so you have your society. Perfect.
I'm gonna say no, not me. Wait.
So many men are living in the society that was already created for them, which I am right now, which is America. And I'm just trying to make sure that a lot of our black men can go back home tomorrow. And with that, the reason why I say that women control access to sex is because society right now has put them in that power. Man has put women in that power in this day and age of society that we call America. We gave them their rights. Men have the power. We gave them the rights, right? So they have to take the responsibility and the accountability for that power. We have the power of relationships. This is what we gave to ourselves. We want to make sure that the woman is safe. We want to make sure that the woman has a leader, has a role that she has to follow, and that's in relationships. Now, when you tell a man that he has the power to it, I understand you're trying to give him the power back that's been stripped from him.
Nobody can strip your natural power. Nobody can strip your natural. Y'all niggas is cowards and y'all buffoons. And y'all listen to Kevin Samuels. And Kevin Samuels is a nigga that was two times divorced, and he was just 50 years old, and he was like, this is what I would have done differently if somebody would have told me right at 20. And I understand that. But what I'm telling you is these Kevin Samuels talking points ain't life. That's why I was never a fan. Because he sounded like me at 17. I used to read the fucking, what was it called? Spice magazine or something like that. Like my mom used to get these romantic, like erotic magazines, and I used to read them to figure out what girls like, and I spit my game on the phone based on what I read in the magazine, and listen to Tevin Campbell and fucking Boyz II Men and shit, and try to figure out, you know, like set the mood so girls learn foreplay. I'm fucking with lesbians, learning how to eat pussy. Shout out to my lesbian homegirl, man. Shout out to Sarah. Even though at some point in time Sarah stole my bitch. But and then turned around and asked me to get her and the bitch she stole from me pregnant. Because bitches don't know shit, they just do shit. She hooked me up with a girl, stole a girl, then asked me to fuck both of them again so they can both get pregnant. Girls is dumb. They just do shit. But here's the thing. Women do not control they don't control shit. Nothing. No thing. The only difference is if a girl send you a pussy pic and say, let's have sex, you will say yes because you're a slut. And if you send a dick pic and say, let's have sex, she'll be like, he sent me a dick pic. That's the only difference is in this electronic world. But in real life, if you pull your dick out in real life, fuck that picture shit. Fuck sending an email. If you pull your dick out in front of a girl in real life, she gonna give you a hand job and she might suck it. How many fucking bachelorette party videos you have to see before you realize that shit is true? Y'all niggas just cowards. Be men, fuckers. Anyway, let's go back to this cowardly shit.
But while we're in America, while we're in this society, I just don't want nobody to mess themselves up thinking that they have all the power in the world. And they go and try and do it. And that woman, the next day, she's crying in her bed because she thinks that she made a mistake.
Nobody give a fuck. Her whole fucking life is a mistake. Girls can't make decisions. But let me tell you something. You get all the power in the world. All the fucking power in the world. I'm telling you. You just have to know how to utilize that power. And nobody ever taught you because your parents and grandparents was yelling happy life, happy wife. So they gave up their power for a bitch that nag them all the time. I'm telling you, you have all the power in the world. And them same niggas that yell happy life, happy wife is taking care of the household and buying this bitch gifts and probably cooking their own dinner because the bitch won't even cook. And they yelling happy wife, happy life for a useless bitch because of a love they used to have 30 years ago, 25 years ago when they first got married. You got all the power. You got all the entitlement. You have so much power that not only do you control when you come, you control when shit come. Bitches can't even come on their own. You can come by yourself. Bitches need organic dick, dildos, vibrators, rabbits, fucking roses, shower heads, animals. They always need something else to come. They can't even make themselves come. Bitches don't have control over their body. They don't have control over shit. You control every motherfucking facet, bro. You just give it away. Like I tell you guys all the time, everything good about men is seen as an entitlement. Everything great about men is seen as something demonic because girls can't do what men do, so they try to vilify you for it. And everything exceptional about that man is hated on to the others. But that's only in the black community because black is for women, gays, and felons. But when you're ready to be a man and just be a man without the fucking color shit, everything that you are will be celebrated every fucking day of your life. The reason I showed that clip from World Class is because they asked World Class if he had his own civilization. And World Class said, yeah. And this man said, well, shit, I live by the laws of the land. And I think, I know you think that shit cool. But it wasn't. That was a coward response. It's a fucking coward response. Let me tell you something. Why is it that if you're broke and you meet a dude that's a millionaire and he said, this is how I got millions, you like, well, teach me. But if a nigga say he's sovereign and say, this is how I got sovereignty, you be like, nah, I'm straight. You want to be a slave. You want to be a coward. There's no way in the world that if I believe World Class, I know a bunch of Moors, and I got my own program that I'm about to share with y'all now. But it's no way in the world that if I believe that Moors were sovereign and they really had their own system, that I wouldn't want to be part of their system. If I thought their system worked, no way I wouldn't be. The reason I'm not a Moor is because I don't think their system worked, but that's just me, my personal thing. But and you know, and I ain't never said nothing bad about Moors. I talk about these Hebrew Israelites all the time because I think they nuts. But I don't say nothing bad about Moors. I think they know law better than lawyers. I like Moors. I don't think they got their own system, but I like Moors. Moors, Masons, and Alphas have a lot in common. I like Alphas. I like Moors. Hebrew Israelites, they just take off their shirt and run in the forest and want to be slaves. But with that being said, there's no way in the world that a man gonna escape me who tell me he have his own system and he can feel free and move freely in the society. And I'm like, yo, I want a piece of that. To want to be back, to stay on the plantation, coward shit. Anyway, as story progresses. So I want to show you guys a few videos. One is about, the first one's going to be about the Mormons. Because the Mormons have a system. And because y'all only give a fuck about pussy, the Mormons can have multiple wives. They have a polygamous system. I think that maybe you guys would be interested. I haven't watched any of these videos, by the way. I just pulled them up because it was like everything you need to know about somebody in 5 minutes or less. And I got 5 minutes. But, so let's go. John Connor, the natives do have treaties as well. They had a friendship treaty. You're absolutely right, sir. And they also had tribal treaties that made 12 tribes. So, we ain't got to go nowhere for a treaty. Anyway, let's check this out. This is everything you need to know about Mormons in 5 minutes. So let's check this out.
Mormons, a group most commonly known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, are a Christian denomination basing their beliefs on the Bible together with the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon was published by the church's first prophet, Joseph Smith, in 1830. The story goes that Smith was contacted by an angel called Moroni in 1823 who gave him instructions on where to find golden plates inscribed in a cryptic text referred to by Smith as Reformed Egyptian. These
pause real quick on a pause. I just want to say that that story. We're not gonna address Islam today, and I probably don't address Christianity or Islam because those are very familiar religions. But that's the same story of Muhammad. How Muhammad was told to have God sent information in a dream. That's also the story of Abraham or Abram, depending on how you call him, about God talking to him in a dream and he waking up and hearing the voice in the burning bush. So this is a very common trope. And it very well may be true, but I'm just saying it's a very common trope that God will speak to the people he wants to speak to in the time in which their REMs are at their most relaxed so that he can give them the word and it's up to them to follow the word. I also want to say real quick that this only works for men. Because bitches keep talking about God. Girls just have voices in their head. Girls are nuts. They got like 6 voices in their head. And all 6 voices got a different name. Y'all date women. Y'all date women. Don't all your girls have an alternate personality, and the alternate personality also got a name? Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I know a girl named Olamia. She got a alias named Amy, an alias named Mia, and an alias named Dorina. And then she's Olamia. She has 4 different aliases, but she got about 6, 7 different personalities. Mary J. Blige. What's her rapper name? Sasha Fierce? Or is that Beyonce? Beyonce got a rapper name too. I think Beyonce is Sasha Fierce. Mary J. Blige is something else. But anyway, all these bitches got multiple personalities. So you can't trust a bitch that be like, that's why girls can't be prophets. And they're not supposed to be pastors because you can't believe shit they say. Because they got clothes on, they lying. But they always hear voices. They ain't the voice of God. Bitches got voices because they nuts. Carry ass bitches. 6 personality having ass bitches. But pussy is delicious. So when they get naked, whatever they say, thumbs up. With the clothes on, But men, when men hear a voice, when men really get a calling, I don't know if it's real or not, but I'm not here to say that it's not, because they act upon it and they do great things. So maybe they really do hear that voice of God. Right? Anyway.
Referred to by Smith as Reformed Egyptian. These plates, containing what came to be the Book of Mormon, told of how Jews sailed to the Americas from Israel 600 years before Christ, whereupon they established an ancient civilization, the evidence for which has so far thoroughly evaded archaeologists. 4 years after Smith learned of the location of the plates in Wayne County, New York, Moroni gave him permission to translate them into what turned out to be 16th century English, not dissimilar to that used in the King James Version of the Bible. Smith mostly translated the plates by staring into a hat containing special seer stones. Only rarely did he actually consult the plates, which were always hidden from view. Smith would also recite his translation from behind a curtain so that his transcriber couldn't see what he was doing. After the book was complete, the golden plates were returned to the angel Moroni, meaning their existence could never be independently verified. Mormons see nothing untoward in any of this, neither are they unduly worried by Smith's record of arrests and criminal charges for various crimes, including bank fraud, treason, destruction of property, and extorting people by claiming he knew where to find lost treasure. Mormons are especially unmoved concerning Smith's polygamous family arrangement of 49 wives, some of whom were as young as 14. As far as they're concerned, God needed a prophet to represent him in the latter days, and Joseph Smith was the perfect candidate for the job. Since...
Pause real quick. I just thought about it. I believe in Joe. I think Joe did hear a voice. So I just thought about how I started my thing, and I was like, yo, I heard a voice like, yo, you need to be the Octos minister. So I could see it. Anyway, 40 wives, bro. They probably only had 2 or 3. They get as many wives as they can afford, up to 40, because it's that part of their religion. What's the number 2 amendment in the Constitution? Freedom of religion. So religion is important, and religion is what builds your culture. And apparently, Baptist religion ain't working for y'all colors.
Joseph Smith's death in 1844, Mormons have had a succession of prophets who, along with a quorum of apostles, continue to dictate the beliefs and practices of believers worldwide. Apart from the golden plates thing, some of the more bizarre Mormon beliefs include their practice of baptizing the dead, their secret temple ceremonies, their wearing of magic underwear, and their prohibitions on coffee and swimming for Mormon missionaries. Mormons also have some rather
I would think black chicks would be Mormons because they hate swimming. They hate being wet. Anyway.
Disturbing practices, including worthiness interviews in which young Mormon boys and girls have been interrogated and even groomed by bishops with extremely inappropriate, sexually explicit questions. The church also has a history of racism. For over 100 years up to 1978, black men of African descent were barred from the priesthood, and the Book of Mormon even includes a story of God turning the skin of an ancient people called the Lamanites dark as punishment for their evil. Then there's the history.
Pause. I do like the. All I heard right there are Native Americans are the Tawny and Swarthy people. That's it. They're talking about dark-skinned Native Americans. They say it in their own scriptures, but I digress. Let's continue.
Of homophobia in Mormonism. Official church materials have listed being in a same-gender marriage among the criteria for apostasy. The church has also been criticized for actively supporting Proposition 8 in California, a piece of legislation later ruled unconstitutional that was aimed at excluding gay people from marriage. It could be that after considering all this, and especially if you've seen that South Park episode or the Book of Mormon musical, you have no idea how anyone can take Mormonism seriously. Well, bear in mind that, as is the case with many religions, not all Mormons are recruited as adults. Many are born into the religion and indoctrinated with Mormon beliefs from childhood. Even those who do join as adults may well have underlying insecurities or emotional issues that make them susceptible to embracing beliefs that, though irrational, offer them some comfort. Bottom line, if you happen to know a Mormon, please show them kindness and don't assume you can convince them to abandon their beliefs by laughing at them. When you've spent years or decades believing something as true, no matter how nonsensical it is, it can be almost impossible to stop believing. That's why it's important to be nice and show patience and understanding if you have a friend who is a Mormon and you are interested.
It makes it sound like being a Mormon is cancer, but he did say something I want to say that relates to the colors. Watch this.
Assume you can convince them to abandon their beliefs by laughing at them. When you've spent years or decades believing something as true, no matter how nonsensical it is, it can be almost impossible to stop believing.
Facts. So that's how I feel about the colors. After you spend decades or centuries believing that you second worst, it's hard to convince them that you are the engine that makes everything move. They can have that fake pride about being kings somewhere else, but they won't be kings here because they won't act royally. They can have all the belief system in the world that they, adios here. I'm a descendant of a slave. And then they say, no, I'm not. I'm Hebrew Israelite, which is what? Descendants of slaves. Motherfuckers got out of slavery. It's like, I want to go back to the Pharaoh. Like, they want to be slaves. It's hard to get a motherfucker to not think like a slave. So they need slavery. They deserve slavery. But belief system are strong because you can't go against a person's belief system. I will say, we're about to pull up about the Amish now, but I will say this also, that your beliefs also dictate how you're treated here in America. Because like I said, the number 2 rule in the Constitution is freedom of religion. My number 2 rule is don't get killed by a simp over a toddler. But the number 2 rule of America is freedom of religion. And your belief system can dictate what it is, how everything operates. They create laws. You can create law based on your belief system, based on religion. Which is why I went back to the native religion of the Akdas, where fathers get primary custody, where there's arbitrators. There's a lot of great things in that religion, but it's not for the Baptists because it's polytheistic. But anyway, let's compare the Mormons to the Amish, because the Amish got their own group.
Traditional Christian church, a group of people who follow a traditional Christian church derived from Swiss Germany. What's up, guys? We are here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, which is the center of the Amish. The Amish people live here, and I'm here to tell you guys a story about them, but unfortunately I cannot show their faces up close because they don't want to be filmed. So I'm going to respect them, I'm going to respect their religion, I'm going to interview other people who know about Amish, and I'm really excited to show you guys how they live and teach you about this really fascinating culture that lives inside of America.
Pause. Let me say this. Go back a little bit because I just want you to see. It said teach about a really fascinating culture that lives inside of America. Let me explain something to you. America is a great place. It's a melting pot of everything. You don't have to get a passport to find something else. You don't have to do anything except create your system. Black people hate the smartest people. Call the smartest people coons and sellouts and white girl lovers and gay. They call them nerds. They tease them. Every other culture follows their best and brightest. Black people only follow the most dysfunctional and violent. And then they take those, the most dysfunctional anyway, and make them brand ambassadors and social media influencers. And then they follow social media influencers. It comes from even the Ferguson thing. When the thing happened in Ferguson and those black boys made a Twitter hashtag, Black Lives Matter, and then that Jew trademarked the black boys hashtag and put 3 fucking butch chicks in charge and used they trademarked that hashtag and made that hashtag a movement to fund other people. Black men, I don't give a fuck about girls though. Black men have not created and adopted the system that works for them. Every city got a Chinatown, a Greek town, a little Italy, a little Mexico of people who have a religious and a cultural backing and say this is how we want this shit to work. And then you have they girls follow it too, like, oh, this is how it works. Niggas got gangs. Niggas have criminal empires, and then girls be like, I like criminals. You have never followed a system that works for you. But America will allow you to do it. The same way they allow the Amish not to have electricity, to farm their own land, to not have to pay taxes. The flip side is they also don't take any government assistance, but they'll talk about that in a minute. But America's a great place that'll let you be a man once you fucking want to be a man, instead of being a fucking crayon. Anyway, as the story progresses.
In the US, about 15% of the 300,000 Amish settlers live right here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and they are known primarily for 3 things: simple living, plain dressing, and avoidance of modern technologies.
They don't connect to our electricity. It doesn't mean they can't generate their own with solar or wind power or even a diesel generator for business. They don't drive automobiles. If they have a business that requires a truck or riding lawnmowers, they can certainly lease a truck, but they would have to have a non-Amish to drive the truck.
The Amish migrated to Pennsylvania in the early 18th century and are still living an identical life to centuries ago. They get around by horses. They are prohibited to use smartphones, TVs, and cars. Their language today is a dialect of German called Pennsylvania Deutsch.
It's a dialect from the Swiss German that they brought with them, plus about 300 years of words that got made up and some English words mixed into it.
Higher education is generally discouraged as it could lead to social segregation and the unraveling of the community.
Pause. Even the Amish want dumb bitches. I knew I was on to something, bro. 3rd grade education, orphan bitches. Because let's be perfectly clear about this. You coloreds are separated by your women by her having degrees and thinking that she's educated when she's really just indoctrinated. And the bitches still can't read. Bitches are still graduating from FAMU, busting it wide open in front of their school mascot, trying to be a rapper. Who the fuck goes to school to get a doctorate in psychology and say, now that I graduated, I'm going to be a trap rapper? These bitches just do shit. And you allow it because you allow these bitches to be free range toddlers. Just free range. Y'all ain't put no gate, no fence. Y'all ain't cornering in no playpen for your toddler, nothing. Free range toddlers. And they fucking up everything they touch. Shout out to the Amish.
And how many kids does a typical family have?
Right now, the average is right around 8.5 in Lancaster County. That's the information we were given this spring.
8.5 kids, so that's a lot of money to keep them up. I'm assuming they're mostly farmers?
No, they're mostly not farmers. Only about 30% are in farming. The rest are in trades like home building, roofing contracting, barn building, shop owners.
They have their own schools. They value a rural life, manual labor, and living under God's word. And if they fail to comply with rural life, manual labor,
shop owners.
They have their own schools.
Bring that back one more time.
They have their own schools.
Bring that back one more time.
Owners.
They have their own schools. They value.
When you let other people educate your people, they gonna be reckless. You have to educate your own people. Train your secretary. Learn how to train your secretary. Educate yourself so you can educate your toddler. Train your secretary. You have to educate your own. If not, everything is for naught. Anyway.
Value a rural life, manual labor, and living under God's word. And if they fail to comply, they are shunned.
Now they've got a very high percentage of the kids staying Amish, and that 95 to 100%, it's probably above 95%
Really?
staying Amish.
The Amish are very private people who avoid as much contact with strangers and the outside world as possible for important religious and cultural reasons.
Pause. Eventually I'll talk about our shit. But let me say this. Real quick. Make sure y'all like and sub as y'all come in. If it's in your heart, pay your daycare fees. But let me be real clear about something. The reason that they don't allow outsiders to influence them isn't because the outsiders are bringing back something phenomenal. If it's something phenomenal, they rent it. You just heard them say they rent their trucks that they need. They make their own electricity with sundials and solar panels and wind power. The reason that they don't allow the outsiders to come in is because, well, let me ask you. Chat, when is the last time you heard about an Amish murderer? When is the last time you heard about Amish people doing a crime spree, robbing banks, burglarizing homes? When the last time you heard that? The Amish believe that if the world around them is burning, and I almost give a shout out to Mr. Goodbread on this. We don't share the same religion, but we share the same principle. If you stay close to your belief system, your religious belief system, not your cultural belief system, because the black culture is be second worst. But if you stay close knitted to your religious belief system, the world is burning around you, but you good. You good. You know what, Professor? I'm gonna address that. Before I continue the Amish thing, I'm gonna address what Professor said. Professor said, I heard about some Amish mafia, and I don't know if it's real or fake. It's real, but the Amish don't call it a mafia. Okay? It's real. Amish don't call it a mafia. The Italians call theirs a mafia. The Amish don't call it a mafia. This is what the quote-unquote Amish mafia is. The Amish quote-unquote mafia are the Amish that are at the top. It's almost like their version of the Vatican for Christians. And what they do is they create the laws and dictates and the revenue to keep their pocket of the world free of other people. Because people will leave. I don't care how righteous your clan is, how upstanding your tribe is. If people are hungry, they'll leave. If people are homeless, they'll leave. If you can make sure that you can take care of all of people's basic human needs, not their desires. Y'all fucking with these toddlers trying to fulfill their desires. Like my man hit me earlier talking about something. He had to dump a bitch. She's like, I only eat $100 breakfast. If you can't spend $100 for a breakfast, then you don't need to be with me. I'm a high class bitch. Shorty is fucking scrambled eggs and waffles from an upscale restaurant. So you're paying for the ambiance. You're not even paying for the food. They still just fucking eggs and waffles. Bitch gonna say she high class. She expensive bitch. She need $100 breakfast on somebody else's money. Y'all are trying to fulfill fantasies and desires of these goofy ass people and yourself, because you really don't need a Bugatti. Be honest with you. 1.2 mil for a car. You don't really need that. So you're trying to fulfill desires because that's what the rat race tells you to do. The Amish isolates their people from that, but they make sure that people have their basic human needs. And they have, it's not a mafia, but outsiders call it a mafia because That's what outsiders do, because everybody like criminals. And they say that the people at the top of the Amish thing, the ones who actually deal with banking and deal with policy, are the mafia. Personally, we're going to do the same thing, but we call it a tribal council. But there'll be somebody that calls the tribal council a mafia, because we make sure everybody got food to eat and somewhere to stay and their basic human needs taken care of, so we can retain our population instead of people like, oh, fuck this shit, I'm gonna do something else. I know it's hard for colors to understand. I ain't dissing you, I'm just saying, I know in general that's a hard concept for colors to understand, because colors are a matriarchy and women are just flighty, whatever the next excitement is. But as a man, you be like, yo, this is my plot of land, these are my rules, this is my house, these are my rules. When you come to my house, take your shoes off at the door. And if you want to visit, take your shoes off at the door. When men handle shit, they'll always find some fucked up name for how men handle shit. But the Amish don't do crime, so it's not a mafia. I think that's a misnomer. But in either case, whatever case, let's get back to it.
It's really cool to see this kind of people living inside the USA, because America's modernizing so quickly and we're so crazy about getting new technologies and living the most urbanized life as possible. And then you have people like the Amish who are just doing the complete opposite and enjoying life debatably more than we do. It's really special to see and experience, and I hope you guys learned a thing or two from this video.
Okay. So lastly, make sure y'all like and sub as y'all come in, man. Lastly, we're going to get into the Hebrew Israelites. Goddamn Hebrew Israelites. Let's just get into it. I ain't got no precursor for this shit. Let's just get into it.
Black Hebrew Israelites are groups of Black Americans who believe that they are descendants of the ancient Israelites. Black Hebrews adhere in varying degrees to the religious beliefs and practices of both Christianity and Judaism. With the exception of a small number of individuals who have formally converted to Judaism, they are not recognized as Jews by the greater Jewish community. Many choose to identify.
Pause. How many times have we heard Hebrew Israelites call themselves the original black Jews, but they're not recognized by Jews? And I know they're going to say because Jews are white people and white people are... Cut it out. I have heard Hebrew Israelites talk about they from the tribes of Judah and then talk about Jesus and shit like that, right? I heard it, my own 2 ears. To be the Judea religion is a universal religion for Catholics, Christians, and Muslims. The Judea religion. Because Judaism comes from the Torah. The Torah is what you call the Old Testament. So there's 2 different sets of books. There's a bunch of other books. It's like a Reader's Digest. But it's 2 different Reader's Digests. So there's the Torah, which is the Old Testament, and the Talmud, which is the New Testament. Jesus is in the Talmud. There is no mention of a Jesus in the Old Testament. None. As a matter of fact, the New Testament started with Mark, Luke, Matthew, all that. Because that's when they start talking about Jesus. Everything before the birth of Jesus is the Torah or Judaism, and that's what the Jews believe in. But Hebrew Israelites is bipolar as the bitches they run in the forest with no shirts on to try to give uni rocks to. They can't even pick a fucking book right. Anyway, but I digress. So, let's get back to it.
Identify themselves as Hebrew Israelites or Black Hebrews rather than Jews in order to indicate their claimed historic connections. At the end of the 19th century, Frank Cherry and William Saunders Crowder both claimed that African Americans are descendants of the Hebrews in the Bible. Cherry established the Church of the Living God, the pillar ground of truth for all nations, in 1886, and Crowder found...
Pause. Let me give it some context. In the 1880s, right after slavery was over, most black people were Baptists. but there were also some that were Catholic, some that were Pentecostal. The blacks from the Pentecostal church felt like that they weren't segregated enough from the white Pentecostals, and they took one segment of the Bible, which is the most slavish fucking segment of the Bible, and then they decided that they're going to call themselves Israelites, the children of Israel. That's fine. And honestly, it really didn't catch steam until the 1980s and 1990s when the New York rappers came through talking about they 5%ers, which is really ironic because the 5%ers take a little bit from the Hebrews, a little bit from the Israelites, a little bit from the Nation of Islam, a little bit from the Fruit of Islam, a little bit from Christianity, and a little bit from the Baptist Church. So the 5%ers is like 5% of every goddamn religion. And I like Rakim, so it's not a diss. I like Rakim. Shout out to Rakim a lot. But what I'm saying is that at no point do coloreds make their own system, which is why coloreds can't have their own religion, because they keep taking bits and pieces from other people's shit to the point that they recognize themselves as mutts, but nobody that they took the shit from recognizes them as part of their belief system. So it gets difficult for coloreds to create a system around their religion like everybody else does, because they're flighty. They're just trying to be different so they can get bitches to be the third wife and put yoni rocks in her pussy. It is a very ill shit. It's totally belief, but there's no action. There's no city. There's no... In the comments, post if you've ever seen a Hebrew Israelite church. In the comments, just post it. Tell me the city that you saw a Hebrew Israelite, not a Hebrew Israelite person, a Hebrew Israelite church. Tell me how these niggas been doing this shit since 1886, and they have not pulled ties together enough to get their own synagogue that I have seen. Chicago got every church. I ain't seen no Hebrew Israelite church. I see Hebrew Israelites going to the Fruit of Islam church. I seen Hebrew Israelites rent out rooms in other buildings and have church on Saturdays and other people's shit, at least for a day. I have never seen a Hebrew Israelite church. So I don't know if all y'all niggas is broke. Y'all just be running around with no shirts on because y'all don't own shirts. Y'all save all y'all money for them purple and gold fucking outfit. But anyway, back to the coloreds.
Founded the Church of 1886, and Crowder founded the Church of God and Saints of Christ in 1896. Consequently, black Hebrew groups were founded in the United States during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, from Kansas to New York City, by both African Americans and West Indian immigrants. In the mid-1980s, the number of black Hebrews in the United States was between 25,000 and 40,000. In the 1990s, the Alliance of Black Jews estimated that there were 200,000 African American Jews. This estimate...
Pause. What I just tell you about Rakim, the Rakim effect. Watch this.
And African American Jews.
You went from 20,000 to 200,000 because of rap music. Because niggas love rap. Rap is their religion. Anyway.
For 200,000 African American Jews. This estimate was based on a 1990 survey conducted by the Council of Jewish Federations. The exact number of...
Hold on, let me go back a little bit to where he said 20,000.
In the 1990s, the...
Nah, that's 1990s,
1980s. In the United States. Mid-1980s, the number of black Hebrews in the United States was between 25,000 and 40,000. In the 1990s, the Alliance of Black Jews estimated that there were 200,000 African American Jews. This
Pause. From 1880 to 1980, 20,000. In 100 years, they got 20,000 people. With population growth, all that shit. 20,000 in 100 years. In 100 years. I guarantee you, if Beyonce does a concert right now at the United Center, 50,000 people will show up. with 4 weeks notice. 100 years, 20,000 people. Rakim, fucking Leaders of the New School, X-Clan, Tribe Called Quest, they start yelling they 5%ers. Then all of a sudden, 200,000. Which means everything I say about these goddamn Baptists is true. That there's a reason that they had a choir sing every time they send over the collection plate. Because niggas is moved by music. They not moved by beliefs. Give a nigga a band, they'll be wherever the fuck the band say they want to be. Band say they thugs, fuck it, we thugs, nigga. Whatever the fuck the music say, niggas is so simple-minded, they'll just flow with it. Shout out to all the artists that say they gonna support the Erkion Octas gospel album. We'll convert niggas through music, because niggas don't read. Anyway.
Estimate was based on a 1990 survey conducted by the Council of Jewish Federations. The exact number of Black Hebrews within that surveyed group remains unspecified.
Alright. So, the reason I want to show you guys that, because I want you guys to see fringe religious groups. Because religion and business are the backbones of culture, right? Your culture is dependent on a belief system and then a system of laws and rules based on that belief system for you to live by. And then you have to have the economy to keep people fed and keep them with shelter. But it's a system. While everybody else was creating systems to match their belief systems, whether it's the Mormons, who are like running the Southwest regions, when you start talking about Utah and like that 4-box, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and I forgot the 4th state. Charge of the game. But run that. 40 wives, run that. Based on your religious system and your cultural system and your economic system, run that. Amish. No electricity. We ain't gonna pay no taxes. Ain't gonna do shit. Amish. Got that. Got that. John Connor says it's about the land and natural habits and habitats. That's untrue. Sounds good. Untrue. Give you a perfect example. Rick Ross just bought a town. Right now, it's full of fucking women in charge and convicts in their crib. I give it 6 years before that's one of the highest crime areas in America. You need the land to put your people on. That is true. But it's not about the land and natural habitats. It's about the economic system, the legal system, the religious system. It's a system. There's a system in every Chinatown. They all believe in the same religion. They all have the same economic belief system. And the religion and the economics combine to make it a cultural system. They have a farm system. They teach their own people. They have their own schools, which are city-run schools. They just do an ESL thing so they can just exclude everybody else and just have their kids. They do it right. So do the Mexicans. The Mexicans have UNO. In Illinois, it's called UNO, in which they have ESL schools, in which they have schools in the communities that Mexicans inhabit, and they teach kids, and their kids come right back and get their food truck because that's part of their culture, and they're Christian. They're not Catholic. They're Catholic. They're not Christian. They're Catholic. So the Catholicism tells them that they shouldn't have kids before marriage. Society ain't telling these Mexican chicks not to have kids before marriage. The religion is telling Mexicans don't have religion before marriage. There's a reason that in the 1990s, like everything's debauchery now, but in the 1990s, girls have 3 holes. You show me 3 girls or 3 colors, I'll tell you which one of those 3 holes they give. If you're dating a white girl, white girls will not fuck you, but they'll suck your dick. They'll give it this hole, the mouth. White girls will suck your dick all day long. You can bring 4 friends, she'll suck all 5 of y'all dick and come off sucking your dick, because that's how much pride she taking sucking dick. White girls will give you the mouth, but they didn't want to get pregnant. It's not that they was against fucking, they just didn't want to get pregnant. Mexican girls will give you anal all day because they wanted to be virgins on their wedding night. Because Catholicism says that you need to be a virgin during marriage. That's like the 90s though. I'm pretty sure the Mexicans busting now, but all the way up to the 1990s, that's their belief system. The girls will tell you, I was fucking with Mexicans, they're like, I give you anal, but you can't have vaginal. I gotta say that for my husband. So they're not technically not virgin, and sometimes they give you head, but you cannot get no pussy. Based on their belief system, based on their culture. Black girls in the 90s, they all sucking dick now, but in the 90s, nobody was doing oral. Dudes wasn't eating pussy, girls wasn't sucking dick. Now black guys and black girls. But black girls will give you pussy all day long. That's why they was all single mothers, because they'll fuck anybody. You can't get no anal. I ain't giving you no head. I don't fuck with you like that. But they'll fuck anybody. Raw. They didn't value that the pussy was they hole. So you can give me 3 different belief systems, and I'll show you which hole that the girls from that belief system will give you first. I say all that to say this. First of all, Tola, I love air frying. Don't get it twisted, but I'm not a fan of Cornish hens. But I love air fryers though, so maybe you're doing God's work. I don't know. So when black guys say that they feel demoralized, they living off the law of the land, whatever the land says, and girls have the access to sex, which isn't true, but they believe it's true, and because women told them it's true, because these bitches are vaginal men, and men have access. So anything a girl tell you, anything a black woman tell you, that's really the man's role. Y'all know that, y'all don't know that, but I'm telling y'all that. Anything a black girl says, she's really taking a man's role. So if black women tell you that women have the own access to sex, that means men have access to sex. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Anything they say with clothes on, they projecting and they lying. Show you guys something. I don't know if I have a video for this. I'm gonna hope for the best. If not, I can read it out to you. But I'm gonna see if I got a video for this. Because I was supposed to be doing a video series. Hold on. Let's see if I got a video for this that I can show you guys. We'll see if this is. We'll see. All right, you guys. So Facebook has been telling me to update this page for a minute, and I think it's about that time. You know, I just been busy with so many. I'm not gonna show y'all that. Changed my mind. Today we study the Book of Pantheon, chapter 1. All right, let's go with this one. We'll go with this one. All and none. We'll go with this one. We'll figure it out together. Today we study the Book of Pantheon, chapter 1. Both all and none.
In the beginning, there was Bye-bye that encompassed both all and none, both dense yet translucent, permanent yet void. Bye-bye kept all at bay within her solitude, ever vigilant for intruders. By happenstance, the God Nahid, the pure form of essence who himself manifested a stature, the mass of a particle that perched upon an atom, was drawn to her and entered her undetected until the moment he fused within her core.
Let me get y'all background real quick. Let me get y'all some background real quick, cause I ain't gonna play this whole thing. So I didn't believe, my personal thing, I didn't believe that my God of war was also my God of love. I didn't think that, I never, even as a kid, I was like, yo, this Baptist thing ain't working for me. And then as I got into my, after the adios thing, when motherfuckers started calling themselves the descendants of slaves, I was like, yo, I'm battling out this shit. Fuck you colors, I'm out. Like, peace, right? And I started doing my genealogy. Plus, I didn't want to be associated with black women anymore. I was like, I'm through with them bitches. So I was like, yo, I need to find out my identity. And luckily, I know who my father's and my lineage is. So I had the opportunity to look that up, and I traced it all the way back, as far as I could trace it back. And it ended up being Native Americans. My three times great grandfather was born in Turtle Island, South Carolina, which was never conquered, they were Native Americans. And he traveled from there in the 1800s and met my three times great grandmother in the Missouri Territory, before Missouri was even a state, before they even had the Dred Scott case, when it was just a territory, it wasn't even a state yet. And they met, and then they moved from there to South Dakota, Minnesota, one of those territories, because they were moving as Manifest Destiny was pushing Native Americans further west. So I'm of this nation. I'm like, yo, so I need to find out who my gods are, right? As being indigenous to this land, who my gods are. So I started studying the native religions of this land, who my gods are, because I truly believe that black folks can't get past their belief system, because their belief system belongs to somebody else. They can tell me about Egypt all fucking day, but the slaves came from the west coast of Africa. They ain't even come from Egypt. The west coast of Africa would be the Moors, honestly, or would be the ones who are now Sunni or Shiite or Sunni, whatever, Muslims. They would not be fucking Judea Christians from Egypt, because that's not where it came from. So even the shit that niggas worship is the wrong God. I just wanted my God. Who is my God? Because my God will give me power and the strength and the dexterity to go on. Not somebody else's God. Worshiping somebody else's God, shit, I'm supposed to lose. So I started studying the oral religions and transcribing them, because a lot of the oral religions are different languages. And I started transcribing them and creating a Bible. And the Bible is called the Akdas, A-Q-D-A-S. There's no U. A-Q-D-A-S. Then the Akdas simply means the holy word. Just like, honestly, Bible means the good word, but Akdas means the holy word. And they had their own, even their inception story, their genesis story was different. So when you listen to Christianity's genesis is God came down, created everything in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. That's not their genesis story. Their genesis story is, and it makes more sense, and this is why I have the illustrations, everything that coloreds believe is backwards, right? But they're supposed to give you shit backwards, because that's the only way white people can be on top is if you take a picture and you only show people the negative, right? Not negative as in bad, but negative as, if y'all old enough to remember the original Spider-Man, how Peter Parker used to be in the red room or the dark room, whatever, formatting pictures. It's an opposite, right? So everything on the negative that's supposed to be black is white. Everything's supposed to be white is black on the negative, but then when they press it and put the light to it, the light translutes it and everything switches to the other color. And that's what they did to Christianity when they gave it to the coloreds, right? And I was like, yo, that shit don't make no sense to me. So, and I really didn't understand how my God of war is also my God of peace. I didn't understand how I know I'm supposed to be fighting, but they telling me, man, the fight ain't yours, it's the Lord's. Nigga, fuck that shit. It's my fight, nigga. They hit me. They didn't hit the Lord, nigga. They hit me. I need my lick back. So, similar, Tola. Similar to the ISIS. It's similar. But here's what flipped, though. I might just put this on mute and just let the... So, initially, the creator was Bye-Bye. Bye-Bye is a female agent. That's why when you look at black holes and supernovas, they look kind of like a vagina, if you look at it like that.
Bye-Bye kept all that by happenstance.
And they believe in something similar to the Big Bang. So the Big Bang was that the Ganahit was essence. And essence kind of look like sperm though, don't it? With the tail, don't it look like a sperm cell? It kind of makes sense. And it hit the hole. The sperm hit the hole and it exploded and created the solar system. That is the belief system. And the solar system itself gave you the strength and the gods. So kind of like Hatola was just talking about Osiris and Isis and Horus. This is another thing that's weird about black people, especially black women. I'm not going to put this on man, and I'm not going to play this whole video, but I'll put a link in the description if y'all want to see the video. It's weird that all these girls say they're Christian, but they all want to know your astrological sign, which is part of mythology, right? Mythology having 12 gods, right? That's very similar to what the Native American religion is, right? That's why they were doing rain dances, and they had different gods for different things. And you would praise that God and you would worship that God for that task and duty that you had to do so you can have the strength to do it, which makes a lot more sense to me. That's why it's my belief system. I'm not telling nobody else to believe what I believe. That's my belief system. And that's what gives me the strength, and that's what we setting our system up around. Our gods that look like me, guys that have a particular point in play. And the other thing that I liked about it was it's a living religion. I don't think you guys realize how much you worship the dead. Do you guys realize that? Dead people on your money. Every holiday about dead people. All your heroes are dead. To the point that people have to tell you to give people roses while they still living. You have to consciously be told to give people roses while they still can smell them, because you're so used to worshiping the dead. It's crazy. That's true, John. A lot of them are. They're different. But what I liked about what attached to me, beside it being the native religion, was it's a living Bible. So while everybody else is waiting for Jesus to return in one religion, and they're worshiping the dead, hoping the dead comes back to life, or hoping for a resurrection by a different name so they can kill him again, because if Jesus came back, he wouldn't be called Jesus. He'd be called something else and look like somebody else, because it's a spiritual being. It's not a physical being. And you don't know how he looked, because they give you a picture of a fucking Frenchman or a German or some shit when he was really like a midget, fucking swole Mexican looking motherfucker. So y'all wouldn't even recognize him anyway. So y'all would kill the new prophet anyway. Y'all be like, oh, this nigga's a crackpot. Same thing they did to the original one. The thing that I liked about it was that everybody, every 7 years, you get to write your name in the book. So it's a living Bible based on the progression of the people who believe in that religion, which not only is a strong belief system, but it's also a strong accountability system, especially for women who need something to believe in and something to be accountable to, because girls only respect the logo anyway, regardless what the logo is, even if it's God. That's why these bitches swear to God that they love Jesus, but ask you what your sign is and tell you they won't date you if you're an Aquarius or Aries or some goofy shit. So they believe in polytheism when it comes to their pussy, but they believe in monotheism when it comes to their daily life. Bitches are dumb. So niggas is dumb too, because y'all believe in that shit. Y'all take them out for Valentine's Day dinner. Even though the whole thing is about Aphrodite and her henchman Cupid, which comes from Greek and Roman religion, and y'all still take this bitch to Applebee's to worship another god and then be like, I'm a good Christian. Y'all fucked up too. But anyway, my point is, the reason I showed you the difference between people who act on their religion and create a system and laws to affect and enforce their religion and penalize people who violate their belief system versus them goddamn Hebrew Israelites, and to be honest, the American black Nation of Islam, well, Fruit of Islam, because the black Muslims act way different than the goddamn Arab Muslims like in Philly and all that shit. Way different. Them Philly people born into that shit, and they believe in that shit, and they fund that shit, and they create systems and structures for that shit, and they cohabitate in a whole neighborhoods full of them people. But then you get these black Muslims, and them motherfuckers live wherever, do whatever. They be on the street corner selling bean pies over here, but they don't live on the same block. They haven't sectioned off an area like, yo, this is where we'll create our culture based on our belief system. They don't do shit. And I'm not even saying they bad people. I'm saying that a lot of motherfuckers, they wasn't born into that shit. They was just felons who found God in jail, then come out and sell bean pies with a bow tie on, and a bunch of girls that used to be bussers, and they trying to rejuvenate their pussy by finding another religion. It's not a lifestyle. It's not. Niggas don't do shit right. That's why I ain't no nigga. Fuck them colors. Anyway, I just wanted to share this with y'all, man, about belief system and how belief systems, when you truly believe, and then you create law system and economics around your belief system, how you can tap into the true American dream. You're still tied to the laws of the Constitution. So the laws of the land, but the land of America. You're not tied into local or state laws. You're just tied into the American Constitution. And the American Constitution don't have that many laws. Most of your laws are provisional, like providential. You can move all that shit around. You can, when you guys are really ready to be men instead of being black, you can move all this shit around, bro. Anyway, that's all I really want to say about that shit, bro. So, on that note, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in with me, man, and listen to my diatribe about why I think nigga religion is goofy. But I think niggas is goofy. And I want to tell you guys that after I get to 1,000 subs, motherfucker, I need 1,000 subs. After I get to 1,000 subs, then we'll start having committees and having people put their input in. We already got people that bring investors to the table. We already got a system for housing and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And we'll as a group talk about how to create our tribal village so that we can syndicate that. That's another thing about niggas. Y'all niggas, everybody needs a leader. Don't listen to these bitches. Bitches be like, oh, black people don't need a leader. Then you mimic these bitches. Black people don't need a leader. Everybody needs a leader, nigga. Every motherfucking body needs a leader. What blacks want, because blacks don't want a leader. Blacks want a messiah. Everybody don't need a messiah. And what y'all do is, y'all find a motherfucker, exalt him to messiah, and then watch him die, and then the mission dies with the man. And y'all never set up a fucking system. America's a system. Everybody, the 52 people that signed that Constitution, they been dead. But the Constitution is still alive because they created a system and an infrastructure for their system. So after the pioneers are long dead, their legacy lives on. Y'all mission died with the man because y'all niggas is looking for a messiah. Y'all not looking for a leader because y'all anarchists. Y'all fucking chaotic motherfuckers. Listen to bitches, trying to make bitches happy. Bitches ain't never happy. Ignore them hoes. I'm going to be tribal warlord. Every king is a warlord first, and I don't want to be king. I don't even want to be king. I just want to get shit done, and I understand that there's no egalitarian with no colors. There's no we all going to get it done together. That has never been the case for any people. There is a small group of people that make everything move, and after everything move, everybody follow the shooter. Or follow the money. We'll be both. Because I got to get this shit done, man. This is going to be my legacy. This is how I make my Wikipedia page. And I ain't counting on motherfuckers donating $5, $10 here and there. But I am counting on, now that I think about it, I am counting on you guys assisting us by supporting our projects. Whoever's striving with us, supporting our projects, using these guys as your movers, using my soap, using this guy for construction, the people that bind to the tribe who have a vested interest and just wanting to be better. Just support them guys. It ain't gonna cost you shit. Nothing that wasn't gonna cost you no way. Just support. So we can fund our own shit. I don't want to get funded by no Jews. I ain't looking for no 501c3 money so Jews can tell me what the fuck to be. So let me do my commerce and we'll fund our own shit. Like the Amish, like the Mormons, like Chinatown, like Greektown, like Little Italy. The only motherfuckers that's looking for somebody else to fund them is niggas. You want grant money. Y'all ask white people for grant money to fight white supremacy. Who the fuck does that? That's what women do. I want to get divorced and take half his shit and I want him to pay for my lawyer. That's what women do. That's not how men operate. Quit being black. Be a motherfucking man. Anyway, on that note, love each other as you love yourself. Feed the pack.
The daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause on special she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking I'm tired of rap in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Why did Daddy say so?
Because we were talking about every night, I wanted some boyfriends, so I'm moving out.
Daddy told you can't have a boyfriend in his house? Moving out?
Yes.
Title's gonna title.
To say this real quick, I want to give a shout out to XL Pro for the $5 cash out for the daycare.
Mama back.
I want to give a shout out to Zone TV for the $2 cash out for the daycare. And Zone, I want to see some clips from you, bro. I'm going to check out your channel. I want to give a shout out to Money Making Mitch for the $5 cash app. And I want to give a shout out to Hologram for the $3 cash app. I appreciate you guys, man. I really do, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I want y'all, all y'all like though, bro. Help me get my algorithms up. I'll never get to 1,000, man. Y'all don't want to see me be great. I got to talk about dick, pussy shit and make girls worship bitches. Help your boy out. Anyway, I'm out.
Toddler tales are crazy stories that can only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Toddlerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story.